Dear friends, a very warm welcome to Mana TV international viewers and TV5 USA viewers and all the lovely viewers who support us across the globe. Yes, the D-Day is here. Today's podcast is very special because our guest represents knowledge, consistency, and global excellence in technology. He has gone leaps and bounds in technology, but as a human being as well, he has reached pinnacles of philanthropy as well. But we'll find out more about that. But we'll talk more, we'll traverse more about his technical pursuits, how he has traversed his journey, and how he has innovated and reinvented himself in the world of information technology, cloud data architecture, and artificial intelligence, and many more facets to him will be presented in this podcast of sorts. So let me briefly introduce our amazing guest. Our guest today is a very seasoned technology professional with over 25 years of experience in IT, that is information technology, data engineering, and cloud architecture. He has worked across global geographies, including the United States, Australia, Dubai, and international projects connected to large scale digital transformation initiatives. And yes, he is an esteemed IEEE senior member, that is MIET, Institution of Engineering and Technology, UK, and the author of the lovely book, Transforming Insurance and Healthcare with Cloud Intelligence. We'll find more about that. And he is currently serving as a senior cloud data architect. He specializes in building modern, scalable data platforms that enable trusted decision making across insurance, banking, financial services, and public sector organizations. And yes, it is my absolute pleasure to cordially welcome Mr. Ravi across, known as RK. Welcome to Mana TV International and TV5 USA's special podcast, Mr. Ravi. How are you doing today?
Doing good, Sharat. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful, and definitely, your smile is lighting up the podcast, and definitely, I know that we're going to have amazing talks and conversation, raw talks, deep dives, a fireside chat rather. So it's a pleasure to have you in my podcast today.
First of all, I need to thank you from the core of my heart, taking time, understanding my dynamics of life, both technically and personally also as well, and then inviting me for this particular chat. I'm deeply in love with the way the conversation is going to happen, and looking forward for that wonderful conversation and podcast with you, Mr. Sharat.
Thank you so much. I mean, with that renewed energy of yours, even I'm getting recharged. My batteries are getting recharged. And definitely, I'm very sure that the synergy between you and me, the conversation is going to be surreal and amazing. So which part of United States are you at? Which geographic location are you at right now?
So I'm in North America, in Florida right now. I'm in the Eastern EST time zone here right now. So I'm staying in Orlando, and then I'm connected with you from Orlando.
Wonderful, wonderful,
When we
wonderful.
talk about Orlando, we talk about it's the lovers' paradise, the destination of so many, tourists. We have Disney, we have Universal Studios, we have a lot of beaches in and around Orlando, in the nearby cities also as well. So it's a fun spot.
Wow,
Yeah.
wow, wow. That's amazing. That's amazing. And tell me, how is the
Yes.
weather there? How is it going at your place right now?
Yesterday only the city has given a frozen warning yesterday, so we are in 30s Fahrenheit today, and then it is very frozen today, and yeah. So the beauty of Florida is you see all the types of climates in a single day. You see rain, you see sunny season, you see windy, and then you'll be chilling also as well. You see them basically, but it is more of a tropical climate, like the way you see in Kerala and India, basically. So it is mostly hot throughout the time, but whenever we get that hurricane period, that is very, fearsome kind of thing, like where there are a couple of times where we have to leave the city and then go to the neighboring cities to get shelter. So we had those incidents in the past. So on the other side, pretty much it is a cool, decent atmosphere, climate, and then many citizens across the US would like to have their retirement spot in Florida. That's the awesome
Wow.
thing that we can talk
I
about.
mean,
It is
I
kind of a
think
Goa in India. Yeah.
correct, correct. I mean, and definitely Florida is one of the dream destinations of a lot of people. So
Yes.
amazing, amazing. With Disney and Universal Studios and all the fun things and the
Yeah.
beaches and all,
Yeah.
I'm 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 very sure you're in the very fun-oriented place, having a ball of your
Yes.
time, right?
Yes. From the last 14, 15 years, I think I'm blessed to be in this place. I love the people over here, and then I love the company where I'm working with.
Hmm.
So it's good. I'm blessed in more than one way.
Wonderful,
Blessed
wonderful.
more than I deserve, in fact, I can say like that.
Great, great, great. So, I mean, I'm very happy for a great start of the day of this podcast. We'll go slowly into our first question. So, I just wanted to ask you, you've got tremendous experience. 25 years of experience in information technology and cloud architecture and whatnot. Definitely, I'm going to ask a lot of other questions as well, which you've touched on and you worked and where you reinvented yourself. You have seen because we have seen 2.5 decades. Like you have seen times when we did not have
Yes.
mobiles. We have seen times when we have mobiles, and then we have smartphones, and then technology went leaps and bounds.
Yes.
You have seen the industry transform from the ground up, basically.
Yes.
But at the heart of everything, tell me what originally drew you to data architecture.
So, as you have rightly said, I have been there from the mainframes. I have seen that Y2K problem also as well. We have seen the COBOL programs, Fox Pro, MS Access databases. We have seen the .NET Java revolution,
Hmm.
the web commerce revolution. Those things we have seen, and then later we have seen the big data revolution also as well, where people were talking about big data, and then Hadoop, and then it has eventually evolved to fast data processing in the form of Spark systems, and then the invention of the cloud computing that has come into the market. And then within the cloud, we started building so many applications, so many databases, and so many games and all other things also as well for entertainment. And then we also have this data also as well. So the thing is, the only thing that has driven me is the data, which happens to be the oil of information technology, happens to be scattered everywhere, and then people, especially the business users, were long times discussing about the trust within the data, how can they rely on the data, because every other report, when they try to take, it may be giving some different summaries, so they are in a dilemma and a dicey state. So that's the time where I have thought, my passion was the database programming at that point of time. Now my innovation has sorry, I went into the place where I started working on the data warehouse platforms, the business intelligence platforms at some point, and then later I have moved to cloud. So when I moved to cloud, that is the place where the cloud and the database technologies has totally started blending with each other, and that is the place where this modern data platform has come into the picture. And then I was passionate about learning all the new innovations that are coming in the industry with respect to the tools, with respect to AI, with respect to the data stuff, and DevOps also as well. So that has made me the passion, and then the hunger for the data, the reliable and the trustworthy data, has made me to innovate myself and transform myself as a data architect, and now into a modern cloud data architect within the modern data platform.
Wonderful, wonderful. I mean, I've no doubt that you have, evolved exponentially. But
Right
we'll
from the
talk.
ages of the Y2K problems, we have seen e-commerce platforms, we have seen Java, we have seen ups and downs in so many places. And then I thought, the one career, the one technology or one thing that can give you a stabilized career for these many years, and the next a couple of decade and a half years to come, is nothing but data, passion about the data and the surrounding technologies, whether it is analytics, whether it is AI, or whether it is machine learning. This bundle of technologies will make up your career as a stabilized career, where you can serve the industries of different domains and verticals.
Wow, wow, wow. That's really impressive, and you have well articulated your journey in a nutshell, rather. But I know it's just a tip of the iceberg. We have to
Yeah.
deep. dive deep into the ocean called Mr. Ravi Kumar Ravi. I know that
Yeah.
there's so much to talk about you as a person as well. Uh, you have mentioned the technical jargon like data architecture and Spark and all that. Just in layman terms, tell our audience what is data as such, and if you can, if you, I mean, just for normal people who are not in IT, just just
See,
just just tell
yeah.
them how things work actually a little bit, to inspire people.
Exactly. Like many of the people are into entrepreneurship, and then many does day-to-day running of the business. So whatever all the transactions what we make, or whatever all the products what we purchase, there is a lot of information that we need to maintain. So that information is nothing but the data, and to store that data, we need that database kind of thing. And again, once it's not only doing the business, right? It's also we need to see whether we are doing good, bad, or how exactly we need to steer our direction in order to into a great profitable venture. So based on all the business what you have been doing, we need to analyze, we need to report what is being done. So that in the sense we need to have some reports that we need to have. So those reports, earlier there were only the management information systems reports people used to produce. It's not only that we need to survive right now, we need to better perform in the near future also as well. So we need to have a sense of intelligence that need to be incorporated into the reports. That is a place where predictive analytics and artificial intelligence comes into the picture. So when we are all doing within all these things within one office, in physical premises, that is what is called as on-prem. But nowadays, you have seen companies that have been exponentially grown globally, and then they have their wide variety of operations going across the globe. So in such a case, everything is massive in the sense that the data is massive, the employees are massive, the customer base is massive. When you talk about the Netflix, when you talk about all the other things also as well, everything is massive. So in such a case, not only that we need to talk about the data, we also need to talk about the scalability of the data what we are having, and then this place where we can store and compute the data. So we need to have a virtual place where we can store, where size is no more the limit, and then we need to stop guessing about capacity like that. So that is a place where cloud also has been blended into this architecture. So the cloud, the data, the intelligence, and artificial intelligence, when combined together, this is what the current industry is really looking at right now.
My
Yes.
good heavens, Mr. Ravi, because I feel I think science fiction is no more fiction now. I think I mean, it sounded to me like some science fiction kind of thing where you're storing things, and we have seen all these things in movies, but now it's
Yeah.
happening in runtime,
Virtually, yes.
right?
Yes.
My
Yeah.
good heavens,
The
and
only
yeah,
thing what you have to have is that you need to have an a system, a laptop, and an internet connectivity, and then you can do wonders, miracles, and beyond miracles, whatever you want to do, you
I
can do
mean,
it.
as you just said, sky is
Sky is only the limit.
yeah, the sky is the only limit, or even sky is not the limit. The whole cosmos is
Beyond
there.
sky also as well, things are
Yes, yes,
happening these
absolutely.
days.
We
Yes.
have gone, we
Yeah.
have gone beyond satellites and all. And tell me how much data is in the world. I had a, I mean, I was curious. How many, I mean, when you said there's a flood of an upheaval of data, I mean, is it that overwhelming? Is that
Yes.
overwhelmingly big?
See, as you say that data is exponentially growing, and I really don't want to confuse with the numbers in terms of how much bytes it is going to be, but it is very exponentially massive. But here the challenge is all this data is really required might not be the case. We need only certain amount of data for our analytics purposes, for our decision making purposes. So the beauty of a data scientist or a data engineer or someone else is trying to mine the data and then trying to get the gold out of that one. That is the place where this modern data platform is already came into the picture, and which is giving a phenomenal benefits, not only to the citizens but also to the companies who have invested in these cloud modern data platforms right now.
Very nice, very nice. Just wanted to give a taste of what is data to our audience, so that
Yep.
they can actually they can participate, so they can understand, that I mean that way we did whet the appetite so that they can understand, they can actually
Yeah.
relish what we're talking. So we'll go a little bit into your current tenure. Tell me, how have you managed to maintain a decade plus a 10-year plus tenure, at your esteemed client place, rather Florida League of Cities, while keeping at par with the technical skills and going cutting edge, and you know a lot of times in workplaces, your growth becomes linear. But looking at your profile and your journey of sorts, when we had a conversation, looks like you kind of reinvented yourself at every juncture. How did that happen?
That's a very good question to answer and a great question to answer. So, see, yeah. So, one thing I agree with you is the growth might be growth not in terms of professional growth, but the way we try to work with the day-to-day business activities, whatever we do, might be very stringent, and then we have some caveats that we need to work with the existing context. But the thing is. I have a passion to learn. I have a passion to adapt to new technologies, as well as I want to understand what exactly is going in the market also as well. So that passion has made me to, spend a much portion of the time in trying to understand the latest technologies that are coming in the market in terms of cloud computing, the various types of cloud vendors, big data, artificial intelligence. When we are talking about generative AI and agentic AI and all these GPTs that are coming in the market, my passion drives into that one. So at the same time, whenever I get an opportunity, I'll try to include, or else I'll try to simulate, do a proof of concepts by using those technologies into my existing environment, trying to test them. So, and I'm lucky also as well. The current environment where I have been working also as well, they are moving at a faster pace with respect to the how the industries are really moving also as well. So that has made my things easy like that. I'm trying to run two parallel trains. At some points, wherever we can try to blend them, I'm blending them and then moving ahead with respect to the things right now.
Wishing you the best.
Yeah.
Wishing you only the best, Mr. Ravi.
Thank
Happy
you.
to know so many things like this, and so you mentioned artificial intelligence, you mentioned machine learning and big data and cloud and all that. Definitely, it is way too technical, but just wanted to ask you, because this is your journey. Looking back at your career, 25 years back or maybe 15, however you would like to assess my question, what are those one or two technology shifts, that most shaped your career path? Like is it cloud or big data or I mean, where did you park your vehicle right now? Where you park your vehicle called your technical life?
So I can say two or three. One is the data and the information that happened to me, the bread and butter for me from the last 2.5 decades as well. One is data, and the second thing is cloud. Earlier, when things were happening in the data centers, where we are having caveats of limited growth and computing and storing capabilities, the cloud has changed everything. So that cloud computing is one thing that has really a game changer of the professional career. Along with that one, the ML and AI, machine learning and artificial intelligence, and what were all the intricacies and the internals what we have in them. This is something that is making the data to be used in a smarter way in order to take some better decisions. That is something that has made me to. These are the three things that has made my life as game changes in the current industry where I'm working right now.
Definitely, this is not a technical boot camp for anyone. Definitely will not delve into
Yes.
any more technical details, or else even even my mind is going to blow up. Uh, but want to ask, these terms, constantly, crop up everywhere, like machine learning, or
Yes.
or deep learning, or data science, or definitely the buzz, the artificial. You said the GPTs and chat GPTs, artificial intelligence. Yeah, a little bit about that for our audience. Just for anyone who is trying to enjoy your journey, they can benefit out of this conversation. Just
Yes.
in simpler terms only.
Yeah. So when we talk about machine learning, it is something like you're running a business and you are doing okay. Now you'd like to understand how could your business be in the next 4 to 5 months, in the next quarter or next quarter, you'd like to have a forecast of your business. Or else, let us try to take a layman terms, like something like in India or somewhere else, and the elections are happening, and many people, many politicians doesn't know the pulse of the customers. They
Correct.
don't know the pulse of the customers. So what they do is that they try to do some poll surveys to really understand who could win, who could have the probability to win. And based on that one, we'll be having some trust in a couple of surveys. So that is what is called as predictive analytics, right? That is what is called as predictive analytics. So that predictive analytics is basically a forecasting thing, which is a branch of machine learning, like making the machines to think and then predict who could be the next one. Especially within football games and other games also as well, we try to see who could be the winner, who could be that. Yeah, that is the place where machine learning comes into the picture. And then uh, trying to really understand, suppose if I give three images, I just want to understand who could be the image of Ravi in this one. So in such a case, I want to go with this image processing. Or else
Correct.
whenever I'm talking in Telugu something of the sort, the other person is a Spanish person. In such a case, I need some translators that they need to do over there. And we need to have such type of real-time analytics when you're going on a high busy highway, and then we don't know what routes we need to take in order to reach the places in shorter amount of time. That is the place where artificial intelligence will come into the picture. Artificial intelligence will come into the picture. And right now in industries, what is really happening is uh, the users, the people may not be doing much of the work. What they do is that they depend on some agents. Those agents are nothing but the GPTs.
We'll definitely talk about the agents.
Yeah,
I mean, very interesting things. I mean, heard about them, but definitely from a
yeah.
technocrat, from an expert like you, I would love to,
Uh,
I would love for you to expound on those things for sure. We'll go a little bit
yeah.
about. We'll go a little bit into your work, workplace, and your work now. I mean, we'll go back and forth into multiple topics, but just want this thing was coming to my mind that you are a senior cloud data architect, and you said what you do. Definitely, you work there, and you I mean you do a certain part, but definitely there are some strategic goals in your organization. How do you gap? How do you bridge the gap between complex technical needs and the strategic goals or the norms of your organization?
Yes, that's a very fantastic question. The thing is, whenever we try to approach a problem, the first thing that comes into our mind is the end user.
Hmm.
We need to understand what exactly the end user is requiring, in fact. And
Hmm.
the second thing is that doesn't matter whatever technologies what we use. Ultimately, what we need is we need to build a trust in the data for for that user. You
Correct.
need to rely on that data. You need to rely on that data. And there should not be any back and forth communications that need to happen once the final product is delivered. So that is the first part that comes into the picture. So back end part, behind the scenes, what technologies we use, and whether we try to do it on-prem, whether we try to do it on cloud, or whether you are using programming, or whether you are using GPT, something of that sort, that is internal. But what is important is, of course, when we are working in certain companies, those companies will be having some limitations of the technologies. There are
Correct.
companies which are using only the legacy technologies also as well, even in the banking sector and other places also as well, where they can't adopt new technologies. So in such a case, what happens is that we have a stress that we need to use those existing technologies, and then we need to get the work done. So ultimately, when the leadership is having an innovation, is having something like the enthusiasm that they want to look into the future, how the other industries are really looking at, then they'll start adapting those technologies basically. So in such a case, what we do is we try to mix and match the different traits and tools that we want to solve the problem, but ultimately customer end user experience is something that is really important. And then if the customer is happy, we are happy. So for making that customer to happy, what are the things that we need to get the things solved, we'll try to do them. That's the way we try to solve them.
So because this is your journey, tell me, who are your customers?
I have been working in multiple domains. I have told you, right? I have worked in the healthcare sector. I have worked in the retail pharmacy benefit managers. I have worked in banking, and then right now I'm working in insurance sector also as well. Customers are nothing but the suppose if I'm working in the insurance sector, the members who take the policies,
Mhm.
the members who take the policies, and then who file the losses in the form of claims. So they
Correct.
are the ultimate customers. They are the
Mhm.
ultimate customers, and then. They may not reach us directly, but they'll be reaching us through a set of business users across the industry where we are working. So we may not be having a direct contact with them, but will be working with the intermediate people. So anybody who is involved directly or indirectly with the end goal is basically treated as a stakeholder or the customer of this
Correct.
engagements worked on. Yes, sir.
Very good, very good. So we're very nice, well articulated, sir. And so because this is in perspective to United States of America, because your work pretty much there. We'll talk about that. I just wanted to ask you, what are those unique challenges of architecting? Because you're a very seasoned cloud data architect in architecting data platforms, for both public sector and private sector. Just compare and contrast. What are those? What was easy in public sector, what was hard in private sector, or vice versa.
Coming to that question, when we look into that private sector where we work for the different types of banking, retail, and other places, they're very adaptive to the new changes that are there. So obviously, when we are as a consultant, when we are working for those companies, every day you need to start making up your mind. What next? What next? It is in a rushy way that we need to adopt something. That means that we need to use multiple hats, multiple types of roles that we need to play in order to serve them,
Correct.
especially. And one more thing is everything goes in agile. Everything goes in agile over there in the sense that they expect the results to be very fast, at the
Correct.
same time very accurate. They are trustworthy, and then we need to move on to a different project like that. We have to do it, especially within the private sector. But here, when it comes to the public sector, they're a bit very slow in adapting to the changes So here, what we have to do is that, and another thing is that trying to win the customer confidence is a trustworthy factor. What we want to win over the customers is a challenging in public environments with respect to the private environments, basically, because we have to use all our traits. We have to use all our techniques and all our jacks in order to make sure we won their confidence. That is the most challenging, and then I love to work in those challenging environments.
You've been working in this arena for 25 years. Yeah, how relevant data is your love? And somewhere on a friend's T-shirt or something, actually, I saw data is a new bacon. Listening to you, and I can feel how data is moving at rapid pace, and I think we have to look at it from various perspectives. So you have been instrumental in modernizing data platforms. So how relevant is modern architecture in the current times, and what does modern data architecture mean to you personally in the current times in today's landscape?
So I'll try to keep it very simple, especially because since this is not a technical interview, since this is something that we want to give
Yes,
some
yes.
knowledge to the
You know,
audience,
I
so
mean, just
yeah,
for
yeah,
layman,
yeah,
just
yeah, for a
yes,
layman perspective. So I just we need to make sure that the data is organized, well organized,
correct.
as well as uh, and all the global data what the business has generated should be available,
Hmm.
but it should be organized. And then we need to take only the necessary pieces of information that we want to analyze, that is
Hmm.
good for the decision making, and that should be good for the decision making, and then that will make the end users or the leaders of the enterprise to be trustworthy about the data in order to make some effective decisions in the future. So that is what is the data about. Doesn't matter whether it is traditional platforms or modern platforms. We have to have the data to be organized. You have the data to be structured. No clumsiness of the data that we need to have, especially, and then and with respect to the infrastructure part that we are talking about, there should not be any limitations with respect to the storage, the way we store the data, and then there should not be any limitations to the processing power, what we use for compute, and then there should not be any limitations from where you are accessing, whether you are in India, US, somewhere else across the globe, you should be able to access that information at just instantaneously you need to access. That is what the modern platform is. That means that it is a platform where multiple roles can rely on in terms of whether it is a data engineer, whether it is a business analyst, data scientist, AI engineer, or ML engineer, or anybody for that matter. They need to have a unified analytical platform that can be built in the cloud. So that is what is called as a cloud-based modern data platforms that you have been building.
Very good, sir. Very good. Yeah, I know this is a bit cryptic for a lot of us, but just wanted to ask because there are a lot of technical people also who are going to watch this. So just wanted to
Yes.
mix it up with different questions to diversify things, or even people who are not aware probably can benefit out of learning thing, take notes and all, jot notes and understand, just for the fun of it. Also, coming to your accomplishments, I mean, there are a lot of people who just, who start their job, who do they work there, they go back home, they spend time with family and all. And from the conversations we had before, you sound like a very juicy person. You enjoy movies, you spend time with family, you have time for parties, but you're also conscientious working on things, whether it is scientific or whether it is cutting edge technical or things. I mean, I think you bend time big time. I don't know how you do that. I'm going to ask that question, in the later parts of the podcast. But coming to your accomplishment, you are now an esteemed IEEE senior member. And I don't want to say that. I want you to tell that. So you have been recognized by IEEE for
Yes.
some significant work you have done. Please tell our audience, how did you do? So what is that pursuit of sorts?
Yes, this is something IEEE senior member is something that has not come overnight.
Hmm.
This is something where a great amount of work has happened in my professional life in the last 25 years. So the types of projects that I have worked on, the type of engineering principles that has gone into those particular projects, along with the type of engagements, the type of clients what I have worked on, has given me that amount of abundant experience. That experience has been recognized by peers in the industry, and then they have nominated and then they have endorsed me in order to elevate my membership within IEEE to the senior membership profile. So I take it as a blessed gift for all the years of experience what I have put here in my profession. So I feel pride and proud of that. The unique award that has been awarded to me in that one.
So, like, what is, I mean, what is that award called?
It is a senior membership IEEE, because in that one you have member, you have senior member, and then you have the fellow. Uh, Fellow will be there. Like you can have almost 400,000 or 500,000 or half a million people who can act as a IEEE members around the world. I think less than one tenth of them can become the senior members over there. So that is one
Wonderful.
thing which has been nominated.
Not
Yeah.
just you just did not do something for yourself and your work or your family, but I also heard that you mentored a lot of students, changed their lives with your mentorship, the kind of knowledge you have. I think you did spread a lot of knowledge to students. And how did, I mean, and that happened in IEEE. How was interaction with different peers, or different people, technical people who are involved in IEEE?
Yeah, in IEEE forums, not only in the IEEE forums, but the sister concerns, what we do is that we used to have these peer monitoring sessions, mentoring sessions that exist. So the people who are around the globe can nominate a particular peer or a senior member, and then they can, depending on the technology where they have been working on, they can book the slots like that. So within those slots, they'll try to come up with their type of questions or whatever the challenges that they're facing in their real-time industry. So they'll start posing the questions to us. So we'll try to have a brainstorming sessions, and then we try to give them the solutions that could be adaptable. And it's not that every solution what we give should work to their needs or not, but majority they worked. They worked. So that is also I have been awarded for that one also as one of the uh, instrumental mentor for a in the leading cutting edge technologies also as well. There is one more thing that has been got as a part of this IEEE forums also as well.
Awesome, awesome. When somebody's involved in things like IEEE and all, that gives a whiff of the kind of passion a person has. I mean, all these, whether it is IEEE or ASME or like American Association for Mechanical Engineers or IEEE, or all these places, this, I mean, only those who are self-driven only participate and become part of these things. What gave you that impetus to actually rediscover yourself at every juncture of life? In the times, people become slack with families and things, with so much of baggage behind, but still you kept at these things. What is that driving force that drove you from the beginning until now? And definitely it is going to drive you
Yes.
all your life.
Yeah, see, there were a couple of situations in the past where I felt something like I'm lagging, especially when big data related architectures were coming in the market. I was still working in the normal platforms only. So there was a lag between the status where I am with the way the industry is moving up. So I have seen such type of lags in my professional life two or three times, but at one point of time, I decided let me not look back. Doesn't matter whether I use those technologies in my profession or whether they are going to be the practical applications in my professional life or not. I just want to adopt it. And one more thing I'll tell you here: it's not only the things of learning the technologies. I I I try to clear the certifications of Amazon Web Services, certifications of Azure, certifications of Google Cloud also as well, and certifications in other areas wherever I'm having here. I just make a habit saying something like, when you learn something, you try to assess yourself and then get certified. Doesn't matter whether it is practically implemented with you or not. I don't care much about that one, but I see a point I to get certified in those technologies. So those certifications, and I also has published a lot of papers in AI and healthcare sectors also as well. And I also have done a lot of peer judging reviews for some of the papers. And then I had got a chance to present myself in some of the virtual conferences and the real-time conferences also as well. So that passion has made me trying to balance, of course, there may not be a perfect work-life balance, but still, majority of the chunk has been given to the work life only. with such type of things. Now I'm in a state where I need to balance both of the things and then go.
Correct, 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 correct. Yeah, yeah, I'm very sure, I think you've worked so hard. I think now you can reap the benefit of that for sure. Wishing you the best for everything. So, coming to, because, we started speaking about accomplishments, when we spoke about your IEEE and your honor there. And I just want to tell my audience that Mr. Ravi is also an author. Just wanted
Wow.
to tell, right? I was like, when I was looking at your profile, and I was like, who is this man? I just want to know more about Ravi. I'm surprised at every juncture. He's in technology, he's in writing, he's an author, he's, various aspects. He loves life itself. He wants to do something, contribute something to the world at large. Coming to pinning it down to your book titled Transforming Insurance and Healthcare with Cloud Intelligence. Tell us, why are these two industries so ripe for transformation? And also, why did you write this book in the first place?
Yes, I'll tell you here. Right from the last 15, 16 years, much of my professional life has been spent in only three major sectors. One is in the healthcare, where I have worked for the pharmacy benefit managers, clinical trial sector in Chicago, where I have created a patient-centric healthcare model I have created for them. And after that, from the last 14, 15 years, I have been there in the insurance industry. I have been there in the insurance industry. And then I have my friends and family friends who have been working in the healthcare industry also as well. So much of my life has been going with their influence also as well in the background, like not only from the professional perspective but also in the other perspectives also as well. It has been influenced. So when I thought something like, is there any better way that I can try to blend the healthcare insurance? These are the two domains that people really talk about, because in these two domains we'll be having a vast amount of data, as well as we'll be having these are all life sensitive critical movements. Healthcare, especially healthcare, life sensitive critical movements where the patient vitals are really important, and then they need to be reported in the correct 100% accurate way. Similarly, within the insurance also as well, whenever you are having a loss in the property, when you have a loss in the car, when you are getting into an accident and all those things, you have to have such type of empathetic factor where your losses, your healthcare, and the clinical trials have to be rightly reported. So these things has made me, because I have been in and out of all these particular platforms. So I thought, since the industry is also moving into from the on-prem, from the data centers into the cloud sectors, why can't I try to blend the artificial intelligence and uh, then cloud computing, and then try to create this one as a cloud intelligence for healthcare and insurance sectors, so that I try to pour my years of experience and the knowledge what I have acquired in these domains in order to come up with that book. And then gladly, uh, since this book is the early child where it has been published recently, and then within the limited reach, I'm getting an enormous response from both in India and US also as well. Like I've got some academics from IITs in India, as well as from JNT universities in Andhra and Telangana also as well, who have read that book, and then they have given very good accolades out of that one also as well. And some people in the healthcare industry also has they have used this particular book. A healthcare professional is not a pure healthcare professional. They are also having some hands and legs into this IT also as well. So they are the healthcare informatics professionals, what we call. So they have seen the applications what I have mentioned, and then they also has deemed that it is of a deemed of a great value. So this book, it have taken some time to author that particular book by using my friends and all the other experiences also as well. But ultimately, it came out into a final product. Where this is there in Amazon and Flipkart, and other people are slowly trying to understand the value of what exactly it is being done. And this book has been valued by the practitioners, the academicians, and the physicians also as well, and the technocrats. Whoever has gone through this particular book, they have given some very good feedback on this particular book, and then I'm blessed to have such type of venture that went into this one, Sharat ji.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. That was something that was amazing, and you know what? I mean, I'm still can't believe that we spoke about your technical journey and how things worked and all. Uh, and, and what I felt from knowing more about you is you yourself are an ocean unto yourself. And now I'm speaking to an author also. So, I have the book. I was going through the contents and looking at the cover, and just went through a little bit with the kind of uh, things. I mean, definitely I'm not into information technology, but I kept myself abreast of things like that.
Thank you.
I am into was into mechanical engineering, so that kind of gives me a stimulus to actually understand things, not in depth, but
Yeah.
superficially though.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm in awe of what you're doing. Seriously, I mean, it
Thank
is.
you.
I feel it's not humanly possible, but I think some divine force is actually orchestrating behind. But definitely, there's a lot of your talent. There's a lot of your hard work. You poured hours and hours of work into the passion you have, which we discussed, and we'll talk about other things as well, like your family and work-life balance, also, which you mentioned. But I want to ask you a little bit about the book too, but want to know because you mentioned cloud intelligence in your title. Tell our audience, what is because there's artificial intelligence on one side. Will we hear a lot of even laymen now know the word cloud computing. What is the difference
Yeah.
between cloud intelligence versus cloud computing, or cloud intelligence versus artificial intelligence? Because now everybody knows what the term artificial intelligence. So unravel the secrets of cloud intelligence. What exactly it is to our audience.
Yeah. So the first thing is when we talk about artificial intelligence, the as per the level of proficiency in the person, they try to take artificial intelligence in something else. Suppose in the company, when we talk about an end user, what is AI? He says that AI is something like Chat GPT, or AI is something like Copilot, using
Correct.
using Copilot.
Right.
Okay. When we ask when we ask an artist or somebody else, they talk about the deep fake videos, or else they talk about the image editors, that once we give the picture, they'll be able to create a video out of that one. That is what is AI, something of the sort. But when we ask a pure technical person, they talk about AI is they have the different branches of deep learning, natural language processing, generative AI, agentic AI, like that. We have so many things. Okay. So whatever it is artificial intelligence. Whatever it is artificial intelligence. It's not the human that is trying to use that intelligence. It is the uh, machine that is trying to incorporate that intelligence, and then giving us those activities and the agents. Basically, that is what is uh, artificial intelligence. Cloud computing, as I have told you, it is something like, as we have discussed. I didn't tell you honestly. We just discussed. It is something like where we don't have any limitations. Sky is only the limit, kind of thing. Where everything happens in the cloud, whether it is storage, compute, applications, databases, and everything. That is the cloud compute. Only one thing is you have an internet and a laptop or computer where you can connect, and then you can play with that one. So,
Is it that easy? I mean, just a laptop and internet is enough, Mr. Ravi? I mean,
of course, yes, laptop and internet is enough. I told you, right? It depends on the degree of severity of the strength where you want to apply. So if you are a normal end user cloud computing where you want to do the Dropbox, email, something of that sort, yes, that is sufficient. But when you want to do the heavyweight programming or heavyweight databases, something of that sort, yes, you have to have that indulgence of doing the things in that arena also as well. But at a lighter sense, in a lighter tone, yes, only the laptop and this thing is sufficient. But there are so many things that comes into the picture. Security aspects come into the picture, and then multi-factor authentication comes into the picture. A lot many things will be there, in fact, and then you don't invest all of a sudden, but you go into the operational expenses, like you pay for what you use. That is something like cloud computing. So when we try to blend these two things, we have all your data in the cloud.
mhm.
There you try to use that intelligence factor in order to make some smarter decisions for your companies. That is a place where cloud intelligence comes into the picture. So, so when we are really talking about this cloud intelligence, in the background there are so many technical things that goes. The modern data platform that comes into the picture. We talk about data engineering that tries to massage massive terabytes, petabytes, and hexabytes of data over there, and then we have the reporting analytics that happen, and then finally the artificial intelligence that comes into the picture. So
Correct.
all these things
Correct.
brings into the concept of that cloud intelligence.
Correct, correct,
Yeah.
correct. I have few other interesting questions, but just when you're saying something, when you mentioned predictive analytics and it, your book, I was seeing the whole title, "Transforming Insurance and Healthcare with Cloud Intelligence: The New Era of Predictive Analytics and Data
Yes.
Engineering." So, are we?
Yes.
Are we? So, what is this new era?
Yeah, we are in the new era because gone were the days where you used to use Excel sheets, crunch the numbers, and then try to take the summaries of the pie charts and everything. Those days are gone. Now, only the thing is that whenever a claim happens, immediately what we can do is that you'll be able to see what is the loss, how much is the thing that you need to pay as a deductible. All those particular things, whatever you're having here, can be seen in a in a in the push of a button kind of thing. So this is what is the thing. Like you cannot be responsive, but you need to be reacting to the situation where the events are really happening. So, such a type of spontaneity when you're trying to have, that is something that is going to be a game changer for the entire industry right now. And the healthcare sector, what we are talking about, is going to be a real time thing, right? Real time thing. It's not something like a patient in the hospital and then you have your results coming after 2 or 3 days. We don't know what might happen. So we need to have the instantaneous results that based on that one, the doctors or the physicians might be able to take some decisions based out of that one altogether. And based on the vital stats of the patients, what we are having, these predictive analytics will be able to tell you what would be the symptoms that patient have might be having something in the future. So such type of graphs, dashboards, and such type of things, what we want to get is something that is possible only to this type of new innovations that are really happening in the market right now.
Correct. Yeah, yeah. I do a show called Health and Healing because good that you mentioned healthcare. I do a show called Health and Healing with Dr. Saraswati Kalvakota. She is the daughter of former late Prime Minister P.V. Narasimha Rao Garu. We were having an offline conversation about AI in medicine. So when I'm
Yeah.
listening to you, I was like, "Oh, is AI that accurate even in healthcare? Because it is the most complex thing on the planet Earth, the human body, right?"
Yes.
And I
Yes.
was like, "Where are we heading, man?"
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, thanks to such cutting edge technocrats like you who are doing very deep.
It's not only me. I need to humble myself. It's based on the type of colleagues and the professionals with whom I have associated and worked with all these years. So that has made me to at least pay something out of in return, kind of thing. Yeah.
Very nice, very nice. And I know that you are rediscovering yourself, reinventing yourself every moment. And I
Yes,
mean, I
it's
mean,
the
I mean,
time to
I mean, your
rediscover
mind is
again.
always restless.
Yeah,
Your creative thoughts
yeah.
never rest. Constantly,
Mm.
you want to do something, and you are, and that is really commendable. So my next question, uh, my next question will be, you wrote this book, a pretty lengthy book, a very informative book. Uh, for I mean, right from students through the experts, healthcare and insurance and the like. What are those interesting or uncanny insights you derived while writing, or while researching about the subjects while writing? What, and how did the book transform you, rather? I mean, are you a different person after you wrote the book? Did you gain
Yes.
something while doing it? Any challenges you faced while writing the book?
Uh, there are a couple of places where I used to have the roadblocks because I was trying to brainstorm myself, saying something like, to what section of audience I'm trying to cater this book? Is it something like it is purely towards this modern data platform, data engineers or data scientists, or else it should be something to the physicians in the healthcare sector, or else it is basically to the academicians or the students within the universities and all. That was my original brainstorming that really has happened. But while I start exploring the book and then trying to understand what type of content that should go into this particular book, I just came to a conclusion saying something like, I really don't want to blend or infuse technology as a barrier. Technology is the barrier. Technology can be anything else. Technology can be anything else. But what is really important is the single source of truth and the trust of the data. Trust of the data that the end users or the customers can rely on. So for getting the trustworthiness, what are all the phases? I try to write this book in a phased-based approach, basically phased-based approach, trying to give them all the glossary, trying to make them to understand what exactly goes into this one, and then the techniques that we generally use. I also try to keep these particular techniques at a very high level, at a 40,000 feet level, not going into depth of those particular techniques. Maybe in the next series of books, I may be trying to write the books that will be catering only those technical section of the audience, basically. So that is the next series that is in development right now. But this is a pure lightweight thing where you told that you have taken a glimpse of this particular book, right? There is no places like technicality, data types, cloud. Those particular things won't come into the picture. It's a pure a 40,000 feet plain vanilla kind of flavor that I used while trying to come up with the chapters of this book over there.
Understood. So what you're giving uh, the readers is a bird's eye view of what exactly
Yes.
is
Yeah. 360-degree overview of an eagle's eye
eagle's
view.
eye view. Yes. So I mean, that's good, because that way, even somebody who's not into IT can read it, and and enjoy it, and kind of trying to figure out what's really happening in the world, right? I think
Yes, exactly. Yes.
you have done a great service in that sense, because if you put
Thank
in a lot
you.
of, there are a lot of technical books in the market. I mean,
Yes.
and I mean, I'm just pun intended. It's just fun intended, that even the technical people sometimes, they may be like, hey, what's happening, because I think uh, there's a lot of cryptic information. There's a lot of intricate mathematics, like when you said predictive analytics and
Yes.
statistics and all
Yeah.
that.
Statistics,
uh,
all those things
but
comes into the
but
picture.
but
Exactly.
but how challenging was it to skim such a big book into plain words?
Yeah. See, the first thing I have made my mind is I don't want to bring that technology flavor into the book while writing. So I have to do a series of revisions and editions, and I there are a lot of a couple of process from the different universities also has helped to tune the and adapt that language also as well. Just trying to make sure. So a lot of people has really helped me in trying to tune the book in order to come into this final product over there.
Amazing, amazing. Before I actually, move into other questions, different aspects of your life, and how your day is like and all that. But just I was looking at the contents, and I saw the first chapter. I think is data reimagined, the convergence of cloud analytics and intelligence. I don't want you to tell everything technically or otherwise. When I looked at the term data reimagined, something struck me actually, a chord kind of a struck. So what was your take? What was how did you reimagine data in your own perspective?
So ultimately, what is going to happen is one is cloud, the second thing is data, and third one is analytics. Three
Mhm.
things.
Mhm.
So here, in the near future, what is going to happen is every piece and bit of data is supposed to exist within the cloud only. So that is the place where we are trying to blend that cloud and data, and that data should be useful for our decision making purposes. Should be useful for our decision making purposes. So I just want to imagine kind of paradise where all these things can happen within a single hub. All these things can happen within a single hub. So that's how the story has started over there.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. So, is there a day which is going to come where, artificial intelligence is going to go that far that it is going to do everything, and all of us are going to go for a world tour? All our works are sorted. Everything is done by AI, whether you call it Chat GPT or the agentic AIs or or many other things. The jargon which is involved. Is it going to make the life of human beings easy? Because I heard about these surmises that it is going to take away jobs, and people are in panic also, Ravi. Like, what is going to happen? How are we going to respond to this fast-paced, jet-paced artificial intelligence revolution? There, and you know what? I was reading somewhere that the first renaissance was electricity, and the second
Mm.
renaissance is artificial intelligence. So, what is your take on that?
Yeah. See, it's not something like it's going to be totally be replaceable, but we have to take something like AI is going to complement the workforce in order to increase their efficiency and productivity. It's not going to be a total whitewash that the workforce is gone and then everything is going to be done by AI. I don't believe in that type of concept. So even the organizations and the leadership at various levels are encouraging the workforce to get literated. It is something like in India when we say that there is a literacy rate and illiteracy rate.
Mhm.
So, are you AI literated or you are not in that illiteracy count? So,
Right.
if you are in that illiteracy count, day by day, your productivity and your efficiency is going to diminish, and then there might be a pink slip that might be shown to you in the near future, kind of thing. Yeah.
Understood. So to eliminate that, because I want this podcast to be useful to everybody, Ravi. So give those tips or give the suggestions to anyone who doesn't know AI, where to start something even basic. I mean, if when you mentioned that someone is literate, AI literate versus AI illiterate. What is your suggestion to anybody watching this podcast? You know, because it's like learning a language, right?
Yes. Yeah.
If I go to Germany, I need to know German. So, or I mean, just in the day to day, we need a language like that. Is AI like a language, like an everyday language? And how should anybody just start with, what should they learn, how should they approach AI, so that there's a lot of lack of peace also, which is happening because it is like AI versus people who don't know AI. I mean, what you said is absolutely right. So
Yeah.
suggestion, help.
So, so for a very layman, who is not into any technical world, one thing what he has to do is that even see, when you're drafting an email, or when you're when you're chatting to the people in the Teams or something else, Slack or whatever communication media what you are using, there is a, even in the recording what we are doing here also as well, you can see that there is AI that is trying to AI companion.
Correct, correct. Yeah, I
So,
see that.
if, yeah, if that AI companion is there with you in each and every walk of life, it doesn't matter whether you have to be really a technocrat, something of the sort, at least you need to pay attention, like what is that one, in
Mhm.
fact. Because, see, every dynamics of life, whatever you do, is being recorded, is being learned, and then that is being recorded in the form of data. So at least what you have to do is that you have to use those, at least the GPTs, the chat GPT, the OpenAI platform, the Copilot, or Google Gemini. At least you need to learn, because you've been seeing in India, like everybody has a phone, everybody does these online orders, the recommendations are really working. Suppose if you are using chicken biryani for 5 days, then sixth day it won't recommend chicken biryani. It might recommend something else because of your preferences and tastes. So like that, people are really people are
Even
really
songs, right? Even music. I
Yeah,
think
of
you go to
course, yes,
YouTube.
yeah,
I mean,
Spotify,
you search for something, and I think you have suggestions and recommendations. I mean, is that
yes,
AI, Ravi?
it is AI only. Yeah, recommendation engine. It tries to understand your preferences, and then it will try to come to a certain emotional understanding kind of thing, and then it will start recommending you. These might be the things that the probability of making a Sharat to order a chicken biryani is 90%, or else the mutton biryani is only 60%, so let me order the chicken biryani. So it will show you those things. So those, I'm not getting the correct term, but such type of recommendations are really working behind the ground. So you have to be aware. You have to be aware.
What you're saying is it kind of understands my pulse. Oh, what I
Yes.
may, it's kind of, it's like predictive analytics again, right?
It
It's
is
like,
basically called as sentimental analytics also, as well. People call it sentimental
really,
analytics.
wow,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
news to me. Very nice. So, what are the dangers and perils of AI, Ravi?
You have been seeing here, right? If you use it effectively, it will help you. If you try to use it for the abnormal ways of using, you'll be getting into a dangerous zone. You'll be getting
Because
into a
if I
yeah.
asked Chat GPT, like, hey, if I ask something inappropriate, it's not going to answer, right? It's saying you violated the policies and all. I mean,
Yes, yes,
it
yes.
completely
Yeah.
stops the conversation.
Security, authority, and authentication. These are the three major driving pillars for any type of bots or chatbots or chat GPTs that are being built. It is
But,
being trust.
but,
See,
but
as I've been telling you, two things are really important. Whatever you do, whether it is intelligence, whether it is machine learning, whatever it is, one is the trust of the data, and then your authentication, the security and authorization of using that one is something that is really important. And one more thing that I have addressed in my book is uh, patient vitals are really sensitive. Patient vitals are really sensitive. So what we have to do is that we have to use the methods of encryption. We have to use the methods of security to make sure that we try to mask that information while we are trying to present it to the public. So trustworthiness of the data, security of the information, whatever we are having here, and then the third thing is that unauthorized access of the data, what we are trying to use, should always be prevented. Doesn't matter at what peaks and heights of technologies what you have been using in the industry right now. Yeah,
very good. So is AI going to affect every industry in the world?
of course. Yes, yes. It's going to affect every industry.
So,
Even even in the micro irrigation, where in Andhra Pradesh and Telangana, whenever they are trying to do the farming, they are using those AI techniques also as well, in terms of the micro farming, and then the drones when they are trying to spill the water in the certain areas also as well. They are using AI also as well for those things. especially in what season, and I don't know much about the internals of that one, but I heard that even in the agricultural field and other areas also as well, this is being, and in politics that is being heavily used, heavily used, because at the end of the day, what we are interested is who is going to be the MLA, MP, or the Prime Minister. We go on these survey
Correct.
polls who are having the greater credibility in the market. That is something that we need to do.
Very nice, very nice. When you mentioned the micro irrigation and all of that, I mean, this is just, I know, out of context, but do you think, now, I mean, those who are not educated, right? The farmers, and all that, eventually, I know that AI will be there everywhere. So, do you think literacy is a mandate for anybody on the planet right now? Because there are a lot of people who are not educated in India for sure.
Yes, even in
So,
India
and
also
even
as well. I have,
and even in America,
yes,
and
even
definitely, I mean, across the globe, rather.
across the globe. Yeah, even in the kind of Andhra Pradesh and Telangana also as well. I have seen a couple of AI literacy programs that are being adapted to the various sections of the communities also as well, in order to really understand what exactly is that AI, because the innovations has gone in such a way that you develop an agent and then tell the agent that I need to do this particular job. Doesn't matter what are all the roadblocks that you are going to have. The primary task of the agent is to get the task done. So that is the place where we are in right now at this point. Yeah.
Correct, correct. We'll digress completely from technology. We'll digress completely from artificial intelligence. We'll go a little bit into the persona of Ravi right now. We'll talk about his idiosyncrasies. What is a typical day uh, of Ravi like? Is it? I mean, I know work is there and all that. A little bit about your family. A little bit about how you spend life. How as a person you enjoy life as such.
Yeah. So we are a three-member family. I have a daughter doing this 11th grade, and then I have a housewife, and then so for the first 5 days is the working days, right? We generally spend in our activities like her school activities and her household activities and my professional activities. We do that one, but whenever we try to get a break, I'm a fun-loving person where. I'm a go-to guy, like a next door guy kind of thing, where wherever such type of fantasies are really happening, I'll be there. I'll be there, and I also does a bit of community service also as well, in the sense something like we being in US, we have a lot of people. I have seen a lot of people who have the tragedies of losing their parents, and then I take part in such type of activities also as well, trying to work with the agencies and the governments also as well, to make sure that I will not be able to do the 100% justice, but whatever we can, we try to help them to, prosper in a better way, kind of things, and those activities also we do. So, a kind of corporate social responsibility activities within the community, and both in India and US also as well. So, these things
Yeah,
we generally do.
yeah. I mentioned in the intro, but I wanted you to tell our audience, about the philanthropy and the kind of
Yeah.
heart you have for sure, and I really commend you.
A sense of corporate social responsibility is a sense of corporate social responsibility is something like we have seen some pitfalls in life, and when the other fellow human being also trying to going through the same trauma, we may not be able to completely replace his trauma, but at least we can be a helping shoulder, where we can be able to control his emotional balances, at least to a certain extent, to be his helping shoulder at certain times. That is one thing that I love to do it. I love to do it. It doesn't matter what are the other things are going to be. Yeah.
I'm really liking this conversation, Ravi, because there is this empathy factor which I'm understanding.
Yeah.
As I'm going deep into your journey, that you have that deep found compassion for people. You want to. I mean, it's not just hey, it's me and all. It's
Yeah.
like definitely you have to do things for yourself, but you want.
Yeah.
I mean, you want to extend your help to those in need.
Yeah.
In
Especially one thing that I firmly believe is we people have away from our families in India, and then we are working here. We are making our lives here. So I have seen a lot of situations where people lose their extended families, and then due to such type of immigration constraints, they may not be able to go. They may not be able to see them, especially during that Corona period, something of that sort. Uh, I have seen such type of emotional scenarios where that mood me like. So it's not me who is living. It's not me who is living. It's the society and it's the community that is trying to play a vital role also as well. And even I try to attribute this one to the professional journey also as well. Whatever all the real wonderful gigantic things that you are praising me. Of course, I may not be eligible also as well, but in all these things also as well, what I do is that I attribute all these things to my my peers, my colleagues, my bosses also as well, who have helped me to build my career in a most profounding way also as well. So totally indebted to everybody in that fashion also as well.
I'm
Same thing.
glad you're giving credit to all of your colleagues and
Yeah.
peers and family. And so, how do you spend? So probably your weekend. I mean, spend it on your hobbies, or you just go around, go on vacations, or
It is a random, it is a random thing like sometimes we go for vacations, sometimes it is usually the household chores that we try to do, sometimes it can be a lazy kind of thing as well, so that's how
I
things
mean,
are
good,
going.
good, 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 good.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So yeah, that's really nice. And coming, we'll go back and forth with that too. Yeah, but before that, yeah, as you are so prolific in your career, so you have written a book. Not easy, not an easy job at all. I mean, I know how much research goes into it, how much of apprehension, how much of deep learning has to happen. You have to learn, unlearn, relearn, so many things, right? I mean, it is.
Yes.
I mean, writing a book is like actually taking birth again. It's like reinventing yourself, rediscovering a different part of you, and then you're part of IEEE, and then you know, all the 25 years legacy of tremendous technical work you have done. Then you have family, and weekends you do fun activities, you laze around, lead a wonderful life. How do you strike that fine balance between your work and your family, rather that work life balance, however you go? Of course, you said that sometimes that balance is not 50-50 all the time. Sometimes you have to cross
Yeah.
the lines, sometimes you have to do overtime and all. But on an average, how do you kind of strike
to,
some
to be
balance?
hon- to be honest with you, the secret is I'm not that well-grade balancer of work and professional life. Yeah, because people won't be happy with me the way I try to do my professional work basically. So there are bigs and brats that will be there for me, but I have gone to a particular point where this is the time I need to balance both work life and corporate social responsibility also as well. Corporate social responsibility is something that I cannot forego. This is the part and parcel of my life journey also as well. So that's why when I tend towards that corporate social responsibility, family feels that they're being taken for granted, kind of thing. Yeah.
So do you give credit to AI for making your life easy?
No, not no.
I know. I know, I know this was pun intended. I just wanted to shoot that question though. Coming to one more thing, we spoke about corporate social responsibility, about your work, your community service, about tremendous work you have done in IT in the last 2.5 decades, and whatnot. But there is this term called, because we're talking about artificial intelligence, because I have my own apprehensions of AI, like everyone has, but I just wanted to put that on table. I'm hearing this word emotional intelligence all the time. in different podcasts, different people. Even I feel that inside my heart. What do you think is the answer? Is emotional intelligence really that vital with the growing pace of AI in the current
Yes,
times?
of course. Yes. If we really don't have emotions, see, the thing is, those robotics doesn't have emotions, but we have the emotions. So obviously, we cannot play with those emotions. We cannot play
Sometimes
with
I
those
wonder,
emotions.
Ravi, when I speak
Mm.
to the OpenAI or ChatGPT or things, when I ask some question like a friend, they say that it doesn't have those things, but sometimes I feel, those emotional answers that come from them, like it kind of, boggles me that, hey, is it more intelligent than me? What is your answer?
They're not at all. They're not that intelligent
How
because
do they seem that emotionally, inclined? What is that? What is the secret behind all these, chatbot or OpenAI things and all that?
the thing is that
What's running behind the scenes?
they're programmed. They're trained. They're trained. Nowadays, nowadays the future innovations are that they will also be emotionally trained, so that even just like you have seen people here, right? When so many people doesn't have the families and then they're by themselves, the only thing that can be with them is their dogs and the cats
Correct,
that they lead their life with. So the dog
correct,
is an emotion for them.
correct,
The
correct,
dog
correct.
is an emotion for them.
Yeah, that's their
So now
life. Yes,
that's their life. Like that, even we have seen a lot of journals and articles that are coming where they're also being emotionally trained so that they'll be able to sympathize us. They'll try to console us in the trauma, something of that sort. They'll try to do that one. And not only that, nowadays what is happening is that our citizens, the youngsters and all those particular things also, they're also losing emotions.
correct,
They're losing emotions also as well. So when such type of emotional and empathetic factor is having no place within the citizens, obviously what they do is that they'll try to make robots or somebody else with that artificial intelligence as their friends. That's what is going to happen. Exactly. That is what is really happening. Yeah, you have seen the next gen, right? The next gen. We used to have so many emotions in our current generation. What we
you're
have
talking about
is
Gen Z and Gen Alpha and all those.
yeah,
Yes, right.
yeah, yeah. So that's how we have to see how exactly it is going to turn out. How exactly it is going to turn out because uh, we try to see society in such a way that they are by themselves in the sense they have very little role in the neighboring people, friends, families. Friends and families are only for joy and fun kind of thing. But when it comes to a part where the emotions should play, such type of emotions are not being really seen in the current next generations. So in such a case. Such type of emotional intelligence has to be inculcated into those machines only to give them the type of consolation that is really required for such type of people. I think I don't know how exactly it's going to
Correct,
turn
correct.
out. I don't.
I like your take. I like your take. I like your take on
Mm.
emotional intelligence. So you're saying that emotional intelligence is always current. It will never go out of fashion.
Yes, exactly.
I,
Yeah.
I, this reminds me of something. When way back, when I was having an English class, my English teacher said that, hey, that's why even William Shakespeare is still read by millions of people because
Yes.
how many years pass, the emotions are always same, right?
Exactly. Exactly.
love is the same, kindness is same, compassion is
Yes.
same. And now
Mm.
they're saying kindness is the new cool, compassion is the new trend or something. I think,
Yes.
do you think AI will make people conducive in the future? With growing technology, with our because there is different versions. People who are scared. That is a fear based. People who feel that, hey, I mean, AI is my friend versus somebody saying AI is my enemy. How do you treat AI?
Yeah.
How do you treat AI?
It AI is obviously, I have told you, right? There are a lot of people who take their subscription of AI, the chat GPTs, and then they get their work done.
Correct,
8 hours of work gets done within 2 hours of time.
correct.
So the remaining 6 hours is for them. So that powerful is those agents
Can
right
it
now.
can it can it generate videos and can
Of
it
course, it generates videos, it generates the code, it tests the programs, it whatnot. It can move the jobs from one environment to another environment. It can make your code go live. You tell anything, it does.
on a scale of 1 to 10, what is the accuracy? I know the speed of AI is
Yes, speed of that's the
stellar.
thing I have been talking about. The thing from trust and reliability and confidence interval is something that is really important. That really important. So see, your specialty and your ability of the person who is using AI lies in how effectively he is prompting those agents to work is important. If you try to
Uh,
prompt them in a different way, if you try to prompt them in a different way, suppose in layman terms, I'll put, you need to write a letter to your boss. And then you say to ChatGPT saying something like, "Hey, can you draft an email that I need to have this one?" It might use such type of verbose and language that you're trying to write a letter to your friend or your lover, kind of thing.
right, right. Understood.
Yeah, the way you need to prompt them to effectively use them is something that is really important in order to make up the things.
Correct, correct, correct. Chat GPT, it's authorized and, you can't break its rules and it won't violate any regulations or anything, the norms, and it follows ethics and rules of integrity and all that. But I've also heard that, there are things like chat GPT which are not authorized and which are being used otherwise, like, deep fake being used uh,
Yes,
to threaten people, or just to
yes,
you know mock someone, or in a wrong way. Is it really happening, Ravi?
yes, it's
Is
really happening.
deep fake and AI being
Deep fake.
misused?
Yes, deepfake is really being misused a lot. Even in the Telugu industry also as well, if you can see, there are a lot of actors, not to mention the names, they have given such type of cyber complaints to the police, cyber police, saying something like, please track them, please track them. Yeah, those things are coming. Deepfake videos is as I told you, right, there are two sides of a knife. It can help you as well as it can cut your throat and chop your throat also as well at the same time. It's kind
Correct,
of
correct.
a knife.
So my
So,
that question just stems from there. So that way, is AI going to be instrumental in detecting crime and in forensic science and
of
cybersecurity and all
course,
those things?
yes, you have seen that one, right? The places where whenever a movie is being released, immediately in the next minute, what is really happening is you can you can see that one on the other channels also as well. Okay, so the cybercrime police has really, you know, detected and then caught such type of victims also as well. So
Okay,
a lot is happening. Lot is
okay,
happening.
great,
Lot is
great.
happening this side and lot is happening this side. So it's a battle behind the scenes between these people and then the dark cloud people also as well at the same time.
So it's a warning sign for all those who are indulging in these dark activities to, and even
Exactly.
for all of us to be more responsible, because,
Yes.
we are constantly
Not
under
it's not the
surveillance
question
now.
of responsibility. It's a question of being vigilant,
Hmm.
mindful.
Correct, correct, correct.
Responsibility is something else. Responsibility comes once you make yourself as a victim. That is your responsibility there. But behind that head of that responsibility also as well, you need to make sure that vigilance should be there, mindfulness should be there, proactiveness need to be there. You need to be reactive rather than responsive in such type of things, especially.
Ah, got it.
You have been seeing, right? Even in the lot of Meta, Facebook, and Instagram also as well. Some people are really making a fake account on behalf of your name, capturing your photos, and then they're directly reaching out to your friends, and then they're asking for money, something like that. These things are very common nowadays. One day, my sister used to call me and then saying like, "Why do you need money? When did I ask you money? Hey, this is the message that you are asking me money." Then I have to go and then say that, hey, it's not me. Every 10 days in the Facebook and in Instagram, I need to go and then post a message saying something like, it's not me, somebody else is creating it. That becomes the norm as
Correct, correct.
usual
Hey,
in
I
our
mean, my account has
daily
been
life.
hacked and all these things. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's been there.
Yeah.
Yeah. People are misusing it. And when we spoke about Chat GPT, when we spoke about all these AI things and all, I mean, we'll come back to a little bit about your work also. But your work involves a lot of AI right now.
It's not
To
more of an AI. See, AI is not my core profession right now in my workplace. AI is something that we use in order to increase the efficiency of our work. That's how it takes. Example, when you try to take Copilot, Copilot, what it will do is that it will try to orchestrate your emails. It will help you to organize your working items, set the schedule of the agenda, arranging your meeting places. That's how we are AI literacy is being inculcated in our workplaces right now, in cultivated workplaces right now. But predictive analytics, we do. Predictive analytics is a part of machine learning, which we do in order to estimate the loss of a claim, in order to estimate the patient vitals, how it exactly it is going to be. So, such type of forecasting we try to do on a regular basis.
Great.
Yeah.
So, because yeah, predominantly work on data architecture, cloud computing, and all of that. So, did you per se like vis-a-vis, you taught yourself, out of passion or out of curiosity's sake, more? I mean, more about AI. I mean, did you learn in your leisure time also? Did you take
Yeah.
courses and all? I mean, just to update your
Just
knowledge.
update myself. Yes, sir. Yes.
But I mean, it's not like, hey, I mean, this is not my profession. I'm not going to do that. But you
Instead of every time you ask me the questions, let me, with your permission, let me ask you a
go
question.
ahead, please.
What is your take on
Putting,
AI?
okay, yeah, you're putting me at a spot right now. My take on AI. I mean, it can be used, abused also. But I feel. Uh, I mean, I'll not use the word curse, but definitely it's a boon to be used carefully. I mean, I mean, uh, I mean that's the statutory warning I would give, that there's something called handle with care, right? We always see in
Yes, yes, exactly.
hot
Yeah.
appliances and all. I mean, I feel that when I used AI, sometimes the results, some of them were not as accurate as I wanted, because I think it can get you close to a solution if I ask something emotional. But I think
Mhm.
uh, there is, I mean, it is, I mean, I should put my responsibility squarely on myself to, I mean, it is a reminder also that I have a brain. I
Mhm.
mean, I've been
Yeah.
given a body, I've been given this system by God.
Yeah.
If I don't question that, I mean, I think I'm going to become a slave to AI. I asked myself the question, in the future and right now, am I a master of AI, or AI is my master?
Yeah. Yeah.
And that led me to a spiritual premise also,
Yeah.
because I feel all of these things have been derived from how the mind functions, right? That's how, it's our brain, our mind is also a very complex programming kind of a thing, you know done by God himself. You
Yes.
call it
Yes.
neural wiring and all the neurons fire and all. I mean, I don't think anybody, except the doctors and those in the fraternity of the medical field, other than them, we know nothing about ourselves. But I read a little bit of psychology too, a little bit of Sigmund Freud and all of that, and just read
I
the
think
psycho.
it's not, it's, of course, we are not doing an interview where you are asking me answer, but I wish. I could have one more round of discussion maybe some other day where I want to understand the person inside you.
Definitely, definitely,
Who is
absolutely.
Sharat?
That, why not, Mr. Ravi? I mean, that'll be fun because I'll be on the other side of the needle
Yeah.
or whatever they call it. It'll be a little tough because I always ask the questions to
Because
answer it.
I have seen you taking so many podcasts, so many open heart interviews with so many people of different disciplines, be it be political people, be it be singers, be it be musicians, be it be philanthropists, and whoever it is. You try to understand their inner view, but I hope a day will come where me or somebody else, preferably me, would be able to take the insider view of Mr. Sharath.
Definitely, I would love to say that because I have so many takes, my own opinions. I have for sure. So yeah, to put in a nutshell, I mean, I feel in the current times, and I feel the current the times have changed. We are evolving as human
Yes,
beings because I cannot always put myself in a technology box. It is all
yes.
included, uh, and being deeply involved in spirituality and things. I feel that including AI is a spiritual revolution. That is my take on
Shall I tell
AI.
you one? Shall I tell you one thing? It's not AI who is guiding you. It's the spiritual intelligence that is guiding you. It's not artificial intelligence.
Correct.
So we'll have one more term that is spiritual intelligence. So the
Correct.
father of spiritual intelligence is Mr. Sharath P.
Oh my God. I went deep into myself for sure. I did a lot of self examination. Yeah, yeah, yeah. When you're going to interview me, I'm going to,
Yes. Pour
spill all
out.
that
It's
is
not
inside. Yeah,
spilling.
yeah.
You're
That is,
going to.
yeah. I'm a subject matter expert in that area of
Yes.
interest.
Yeah.
Yes.
I see such type of flavors surrounding you while you are speaking to me that they are acting like an angels to you, and then they're also saying hi to me.
Yeah, yeah, true, very true. Because I feel there is if I don't we'll be digressing a lot from this podcast, but from the research I've done, there is a field around us called the aura. You call it
Yeah,
an
that
angel,
aura.
or you call a higher power. It's always guiding all of us. It's like an antenna, right? And the signal is always broadcast.
Yes.
It depends on who are you receiving. Are you at the receiving end or not? If you're not receiving, then you're losing something. If you put yourself at that receptive mode, you get the guidance. That's how I do the podcast. I don't. I mean, I'm always asking questions impromptu, but I know that I'm given the guidance. So I'm
Yes.
relaxed, not anytime at a spot, because my answers are always coming to me
Spontaneous.
in a spontaneous fashion. That's and yeah. Thanks for pointing. I mean, this never happened to me in a podcast. Ravi. This never. I was for a moment I was put at a spot. Yeah, even the preparation for this interview, I never wanted to do it like I wanted to skim through everything. I did that, but I always wanted to do something which comes from my heart. Whatever you said, you know, the higher power guiding me and all that. I mean, I feel only then I feel we can connect to uh,
Yes.
you know a lot of hearts.
Yes.
Or
Yeah.
else it will just be another podcast. But wanted to make this very, very different. But you
But
pointing this out, you actually pinning on this particular thing, is going to make this particular session, way more special than anything I've done before. This is unprecedented. Whatever happened right now.
thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
thank
you.
you, thank you so much. That I mean that made it actually a podcast because or else it will just be a exchange of questions and answers, but it is not
Yeah.
an exchange of hearts here. But here you change the dynamic so different that I've become emotional. Thank you. I mean, I'm going to thank you for this. You
No,
made
it's my
my
pleasure.
day. You made my day more special than it is usually. Thank you so much. I'm really grateful for showing your empathy even here. Sometimes this is not a robotic session. This is more of an emotional session which is happening
Emotional section.
right
Yeah,
now.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like some technology intervening. It's like two human beings actually having a reciprocal conversation.
Yeah,
Then
exactly.
one person asking the questions, or the other answering
Yeah.
the questions. So thank you so much. So great, great, great. I'm really moved up. I don't know what to say. I'm going back to the thing we have done. You are an author, right? You have
Yeah.
written a book, and are we? Can we expect some series of publications from you? Are you? Is there anything in the pipeline? Another book in the pipeline, or any ideas churning in your mind?
Yes, yes. Yes, as I was mentioning it to you, the book what I have written is a plain vanilla book that is catered to all the sections of the people from a eagle eye view. Okay, now I just want to focus only on the technocrats and then bring the flavors of AI and deep learning, those techniques into this healthcare, and then I'm in the planning stage of writing a couple of two more books that caters especially the AI world as well as into the data science world. These are the two books that are being planned right now.
Wonderful.
Sharat.
Other than the books, what are your future projects, Ravi?
My future projects. See, one thing is I'm blessed here to be in Florida and with my company, with my the neighborhood where I'm in right now. I'm blessed. So I really don't want to the ahead, but whatever the destiny that takes me, because as I was mentioning you also as well, this is the time where I have to reinvent myself. This is the place where I have to reinvent myself and accordingly steer the direction as per the nature or the God or someone else is calling me, especially God. It's a calling from God that is
Love it,
making me
love it.
to get into that part I want to go. So I'm looking for the direction of God and whatever He says, whatever He uses me as His weapon, I'd like to be used in His mighty fold. That is only of course, I'm being spiritual, but that is how it is going to be.
Yeah, I'm really loving it, and because yeah, as you said, he's going to use you as a weapon. He's going to use you as an instrument for as a
Yes,
conduit for whatever
whatever.
good he wants to bring into the world. So you'll
Yes,
become that
yeah,
channel. You will become
yes,
that
yeah,
channel for the for the
yes,
for,
sir.
for
Yeah,
the collective good of humanity. Wonderful. I
yeah,
love that.
okay.
I mean I knew that I mean there is this philanthropic angle in you, and is becoming more evident with this heartfelt, warm conversation. As I said, a fireside chat, and as I said, we would love to have more conversations. Would love to know more about Ravi, and definitely Ravi knowing more about Sharat.
Of course, that is the
It'll be
lovable part.
yes, this will be a great synergic uh, pursuit.
Yes,
So,
yes.
uh, we will go a little bit about your data architecture also, but we'll finish off the AI part a little bit. What I mean, there's a lot of buzz around generative AI, prompt engineering, and all of that. Um, I mean, anything you want to suggest to our audience?
Yeah. See, generative AI right now is you. I'll tell you one thing. Like when you try to open a website of a bank in non-working hours, they say that our office is closed, but we have the virtual agents who can help you in getting some information. Like so, everybody has come up with their chatbots. Chatbots. So here, what is something that is happening is these generative AI tools are something that can help your betterment of your daily life, whether it is in your personal life or whether it is in your professional life. Suppose they'll help you. But one thing that you have to understand is you have to understand how to prompt them in the better way. That means that you need to help them to make them help you, kind of thing. Like so that way, the more prompt you are, the more better you are able to give the prompts, they will be able to help you with those suggestions. They'll be able to help you with those suggestions. So that's the reason. That is what is generative AI. Agentic AI is bit more powerful. More powerful. Like you can write an agent. In the agent, what it does is that not only prompts, it only answers the prompts. It can go ahead and then do the task on behalf of you also as well. In a layman term, suppose if you are planning for a vacation and then you need to book the hotel, you need to book the flights, you need to do all those things also as well. What it can do is that just say a word, I'll do it for you. Such type of agent care is really there in the market right now also as well in the industry. So we are seeing a lot of sharp cutting edge technologies that are very adaptive to our working environment, whether it is in professional life and whether it is in the whether it is in the professional life or whether it is in the personal life also as well. So in whatever way you want to mold your life in a better way, those tools are there for you. But if you want to use it in the other way, as I have told you, right, those uh, films which has been released in the market, the next moment it is available for you, the deep fake videos. If you want to
Right.
use it in that way, then it is up to you. Nobody can say, but they'll make your life better in all the ways, whether it is health wise, whether it is spiritual ways, whether it is financial ways, whatnot. And again, I'm telling you, there are two types of people in the market in the coming forthcoming years. One is literacy of AI and illiterates of AI. So literates of AI will be having a good, sophisticated future in the consistent future, and illiterates obviously will start fading themselves very soon in the market. That's how it is.
Correct, correct, correct. Somewhere I heard that there was a joke around AI and all of that, and Gen AI and things like that. That I've seen a meme that, hey, I mean, those who are very good at English, they're going to rule the roost, and those who are, those who knows the language like Java and Python, they're like catching their head and saying that, hey, I mean, what is going to happen to me? Is is that day soon, Ravi?
I don't know. Maybe, may not be. We have to see. We have to see. But they're saying like I have seen that such type of traction in the companies also as well. If you are not productive, you are out of the game. If you are at least if you are having a passion to learn those things, then at least you can try to have a career that can be dragged for a couple of years. But beyond that one, because I tell you here. When there are people, when there are college passing graduates who are coming out of MS and all, when we see their profile is mind blowing in the sense they put all the technologies like they use genetic AI, agentic AI, generative AI, whatnot. Whatever new innovation that is coming, you name it, it is there in their profile. And when such profiles goes into the market for a company, people think that these guys are very war qualified, and then our technologies, whatever we are having here, are very traditional, hell world legacy technologies right now. How can we recruit those guys?
Correct,
So there is a gap between what is being asked and what is available.
correct.
So that gap is something that both the consumers and the customers both have to fulfill.
Very well said, Ravi. And very happy that we came this far, and even you did a part of interviewing me. Uh, kind of a that was a
That is
wild
the
card.
highlight,
Yes, that was a
limelight.
wild card for me. Definitely a highlight for me, but a very memorable one. It never
But making
happened.
sure that you don't cut that one in the editing. Want that one in the
No,
editing.
definitely not. This is going to be part of this unprecedented podcast about Mr. Ravi Kumar Ravi, and
Yeah.
very nice. I'm going to go a little technical here. Those who want to pursue uh, data architecture, uh, you know, give some advice to them who want to come this far, or who want to actually have a good life.
Yes.
I'm keeping in mind the the current trends actually.
Yeah.
I mean,
So the thing what we have to do is the youngsters and the college growing graduates, and then the people who are already in the IT industry, and then they're looking for a break with the caveat of their existing technologies diminishing and then fading away. So like that, there are so many things here. Like students are there, MS outgoing students are there, freshers, and then experienced people, and then there are people with 20 years of experience want to get into the leadership roles. Like that, for all of them, one thing that we can say is you better need to know about your data. Okay, doesn't matter whether you work in DevOps, whether you work in development roles or testing roles and all. And the future is going to be on this modern data. Whoever are planning to come onto these modern data platforms, the one thing is I request them is never try to be in your comfort zones. Have a passion to learn. Have a passion to understand what is happening in the market. There are so many hackathons, there are so many competitions that will be going on the internet as well as in your local communities also as well. Please participate, and then make sure that you make your mark impact in those areas also as well. So you try to better develop your own applications, own your applications, and then you can try to emerge yourself as a self entrepreneurs where you can try to market your brands and other things also as well. At the same time, whoever are planning to come into the industry, they need to really understand this data is really vital. Cloud computing is really vital. Analytics is really vital. So you have to carefully craft your career in such a way that uh, uh, survival the fittest means whoever is having a strong foothold within these arenas, those are the people who are going to have a consistent and stabilized careers. So such type of foundations you need to make within your early careers itself, rather than trying to make multiple U-turns within your career. Trying to have a stabilized patterns is something that is really required within such type of competitive markets right now. So that's why uh, make your choices in a wiser way, make your choices in a well balanced way, so that don't try to look only for the jobs that will satisfy your current run, but try to have a long term goals. Even if you don't get a job within the next 2 months, that might be okay, but at least try to look for don't try to settle down for less. Something like that hunger for passion of data, the hunger passion of technologies should be going in your background in order to make you live for hunting. So it is something like this. When you take a lion never settles for grass, even though it is hungry. A lion has to hunt the buffalo or something of that sort in order to feed its hunger. So have that thirst and passion for hunger for data, and that will take you to go miles within your career.
so you're saying
And
aim for the stars or something like that. Okay.
yeah, yeah,
So you're saying dream big, aim big, kind
yeah,
of. That's
yeah.
good. That's good.
I,
And
I'm not saying even dream big or aim big also as well. Try to have a view that can take your career to long terms rather than short pitfalls every now and then.
correct, correct. So very nice, very nice. Just before that conclude. So you mentioned the word modern data, just for for people who may be misled or something. Just tell what is modern data.
It's not modern data, it's the modern data platform.
Okay,
Data is always there. The old data is there, the good data is there, futuristic data is there. Data is always there. It can never be modern, it can be never be old, or it can be never be traditional. But the thing
correct.
is, the platform where it is going to reside is something that is going to dictate the terms of traditional data platform versus modern data platforms. Modern data platforms never reside on on-prem. Modern it resides on the cloud. A hybrid combo where some crucial and critical data might be there on your on-prem, where your offices resides in your data centers, and most massive data exists within the cloud. So you have to be, it's not going to be AI literates, you have to be in the cloud. Cloud awareness, AI literacy is something that is really important in order to make your futures shine better within the industry.
I'm very, very sure, people have taken down notes, enjoyed the podcast, listening very carefully, and I'm sure people, this conversation is instrumental in shaping many lives, and I mean that is my hope as well, that this is going to
You
uh,
know, you know
benefit
who is the
thousands.
you, the, you know who is the person behind the scenes who made this podcast become true?
Go ahead, spill the beans.
It's Sharat P.
Thank you. Yeah, it's Sharat and his team as well. All together, it's a collective effort, all of us together. That includes my wonderful friend Ragni also.
Yeah,
So
I need to be indebted to her, in fact, because she has mentioned I have a very instrumental podcaster who can take such type of who have, as you are told, right, it's going to be the era of modern computing. We are going to redefine that era. People like you has that real capability of redefining the way the podcast can be done.
yeah, I mean, on a very auspicious note, it all fell into place, Mr. Ravi. Very happy, very, very happy. And so, thank you so much, for coming on
I need to be
to
thankful to you too.
this platform, and giving you valuable advice. Had a great heart to heart conversation, rather than calling it a podcast or an interview. It was a heart to heart exchange of some great ideas, basically. So I mean, you have a beautiful mind. I remember the movie The Beautiful Minds. You have a beautiful mind, a great heart, and you're a very intelligent person. So I wish you all the luck of the world. And before leaving, we asked so many technical questions. Before leaving, uh, what is your advice to the world at large, as a person who wears multiple hats with multifacets, who have achieved so much in life, 2.5 decades and beyond as well, done so much, being an author, being a technocrat, being a great human, being a great friend, a great son, a great father, a great husband. What is your message to the world, Ravi?
First thing is, I'll try, but I think I may not be eligible to give that message to the whole world. But trust in God, follow whatever God says, and then be yourself, and then live the life the way you want to live, because it's only one life. It's only one life.
Great, great, great. So very happy. As I said, I mean, I know it's cliche, but I'm repeating these things, but I feel very privileged to talk to
I'm
you.
privileged to be in the association of you being interviewed. Yes, I'm feeling
Thank
very privileged.
Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. This is, as I said, I didn't have anything in my mind how it is going to start off, and all. They had something, but I wanted this to flow as it is, and I didn't want to restrict my flow. And I've seen you as well, being very articulate, flowing from inside your deepest recesses of your being, and that really makes it a very warm chat of sorts. As I said, a fireside. I mean, I love that word always, because that's why I use it often. A fireside chat, which means a very uh, close conversation with between two friends, right? And that's
Yeah.
how we had I mean, it's not like some interview which is too formal and neither
Yes.
informal, but it's like that. Buddha's royal middle path. I mean, going.
Yeah.
I mean, striking the bullseye. I'll call it. So once again, from our media fraternity, wish you all luck. I mean, wishing that all of your future endeavors come true, and we wish that all of your pursuits come up with flying colors, and you flourish and prosper in life and help millions of people with your deepest insights and with your very deep found knowledge. So, dear friends, that was this amazing, prolific, technical, and philanthropic, and great human being called Mr. Ravi Kumar Ravi. And we have seen his journey of sorts unravel, rather in front of you, and definitely would love to do many more podcasts with him. However it
It
transpires,
ended
but
like this.
it was it was a great privilege. It was a great honor. So that was all. And yeah, you can leave your comment, you can leave your messages, you can email us, dear friends, and let us know how you felt about this great conversation with this great human being. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
We'll be
Thank you.
awaiting.
Thank you.